I will hop in there and I'll be back.
Okay, thanks.
Bye.
Good evening, everybody. This is Andrew McLaughlin with the National Heavy Equipment Operator School, and I want to welcome everybody to our live Tuesday night webinar. Tonight we're featuring heavy equipment operation, the heavy equipment class. We have a couple of new courses to talk about tonight, so I'd like to share a lot of this new information with you tonight and see if we can help anybody get into the heavy equipment industry. Okay, so everybody, you guys can listen to this on your telephone. You can watch it on your computer, your laptop, your tablet, and it is meant to be an interactive webinar tonight. So you see up here where it has the, some of you are on the telephone, others are signed in through their computer. There's a little hand icon for everybody to just go ahead and raise their hand. That lets me know that you can hear us okay. And then I can put all the hands down in one quick sweep, just like this, okay? And there's also a questions box there. So if you have a question throughout the webinar, you can either raise your hand and I'll open up your microphone, or you can just type your questions in. And we do have some people on the inside here that are working the board for that as well. So welcome to the world of heavy equipment operators. This is an industry that is in great demand of heavy equipment operators today. And we do a lot of different pieces of equipment here at the school. And of course, there's thousands and thousands of different uses for these pieces of equipment. Whether it's working in the junkyard or clearing lots, working in the beachfront, or fighting fires, okay? Parks and recreation, shoveling snow, all different types of things, all different types of also attachments to different machines. Demolition is a whole industry in itself, building pools and ponds. Building roads, is a roller, excavator, and in national training, we train on bulldozers, excavators, large articulator loaders, tractor loader backhoes, as well as laser survey equipment, laser grading, and laser surveying. So we do all of those different things, trenching, okay, while you're here. So let me just go back to that. So heavy equipment is used in residential and commercial landscaping, drainage and sewer systems, land clearing, storm and disaster relief. Big money in that. We're in hurricane season now. Digging pools and ponds, mining. Every state in the United States does some sort of mining. Inner city reconstruction, landfills, trenches, pipelines, snow removal, industrial plants, forestry, firefighting, site preparation, highway and road construction. Lots of different things that we can do. So let's tell you a little bit about us here at National Training. We started this school back in 1978, so we're celebrating our 45th year in business. Okay, we do truck driving and we do heavy equipment operator. We're also an NCCER assessment center. But tonight we're going to focus on the heavy equipment, bulldozers, articulator loaders, tractor loader backhoes, and excavators. Okay. Typical classroom. Our big course is a 4-week course, Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Okay. The first week is a lot of book work or a lot of classroom work. The second, third, and fourth week is all outside, hands-on the equipment. Okay. So this happens in Green Cove Springs on a 350-acre campus. Okay. We do have state-of-the-art simulators here at the school. Okay. So everything we do here at National Training is safety, safety, safety. The simulators, being on the simulator for an hour is equivalent to like 4 hours on the actual piece of equipment. And it has lots of kind of cool things that you can do. Okay, so people taking the single courses get about a third of their time on the simulator, a third of the time on the real piece of equipment, and then a third of the time on the online NCCR Connect. So practice, practice, practice. The more seat time you get, either way is going to boost your skills. Okay, and it works as a sequence learning system. Okay, once you're on the simulators, and a lot of times they'll use that maybe for pre-trip, then they're going to go out to the real equipment. Okay, so it's seamless transition to behind the wheel or behind the piece of equipment. Okay, very, very good stuff, very fun. Typical class in our 4-week program is usually somewhere between 4 and 8 students. And then you have 2 or 3 instructors, so you got quite a few people. Again, started back in 1978 for vocational training. We're committed to providing our students a very strong curriculum. Our programs emphasize practical, usable skills, which can be blended with a relevant general education foundation, a caring environment with personal attention, and very close faculty-student interaction. So in our 2-week course for the individual machines, it's one-on-one with the instructor. And our 4-week course, it's 2 people to 1 machine per instructor. Okay, so it's very, very hands-on. So our students train in a variety of different modern equipment. Most of our stuff is CAT. We do have quite a bit of John Deere equipment as well. We're training for entry-level positions. Okay, we don't do the different levels. 4 weeks for this level, and 4 weeks for the next level, and 4 weeks for the next level. No, we do it all in 4 weeks. These 4 pieces of equipment: the backhoe, articulator loader, the excavator, the bulldozer. Our bulldozer also has GPS, so we're one of the only schools that actually teach GPS. And we also teach laser survey technology and laser grading. Okay, so as well as being an NCCER registered school. Okay, so you will actually have documentation, an NCCER number that the employer that hires you knows you know what you're doing. So it's very, very important. So NCCER, just a little bit about them. They are the National Center for Construction, Education, and Research. They started way back in 1996, and today they're the gold standard for education and curriculum in all of the trades. So not just heavy equipment, but carpenters, electricians, brick masons, anything that you can pretty much think of in heavy equipment. NCCER handles all of the curriculum. And they also have a huge registration center for basically people that go through NCCER programs. They will get an NCCER number, okay? And the employer would put that number in here, and they could see exactly what it is you're proficient at, okay? So they know that you know all of the safety stuff. They know you know all of the startup and the shutdown procedures. And they know that you need seat time, okay? So they're very eager to hire graduates that have NCCER credentials, right? So the first course we're going to talk about is our Heavy Now. It's the 4 pieces of equipment. It's 4 weeks long. There's 208 total accredited hours. 72 hours are in the classroom. Remember, the first week, really the first 6 days is classroom. 7 to 3:30 classroom, 3:30 to 5:30, you're out there doing the pre-trip on the piece of equipment that you're working on that day. The rest of the time, the other 136 hours, you're out there working on those pieces of equipment. So every 3 to 4 days, you're rotating to the next piece of equipment. Now, you're doing all of your NCCER stuff in that first week, the safety, OSHA. The second, third, and fourth week, you're doing the labs that go along with everything you learned in that first week, okay? So the NCCER accreditation is a big deal. We are also an assessment center for all of the other trades. So if you are an electrician, journeyman level, but you don't have the credential yet, but you know what you're doing, you can come here, take the test, and get your credential if you're able to pass that test. If you're not able to pass it, we're going to tell you what it is that you need work in to get that credential, okay? And then hook you up with somebody that can help you with that, okay? So course number 29, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. To 5:30 p.m. Next, we have course number 291, which is the articulator loader. This is a 2-week course, and all you're going to learn in this program is the articulator loader. Okay, so you're going to have 80 hours, 50 hours is classroom, 30 hours is hands-on training on the equipment. So 25 hours on the simulator, 25 hours on the computer, and 30 hours of hands-on with the equipment. So that's 1 piece of equipment, 2 weeks, $49.95. Our second piece of equipment is the articulator loader. We got the wrong piece of equipment there, but that's okay. The articulator loader, this is a bulldozer. That is also a, this is course number, we got the right pictures, wrong name up here. 80 hours, 50 hours of classroom, 25 in the simulator, 25 on the NCCER Connect, and then 30 hours of hands-on on the equipment to get your certification for that particular machine. Next is the excavator. This is probably one of the most fun pieces of equipment, okay? And here, digging pools, ponds, 80 hours, 50 hours of classroom, 30 hours of hands-on training. And then the most versatile piece of equipment is the tractor loader backhoe. And the tractor loader backhoe, really cool machine, has lots of different things that you can do with it. Again, 80 hours, 50 classroom, 25 simulator, 25 NCCR Connect, and 30 hours of hands-on training. Gets you the certification for this particular machine. The qualifying process, we only accept 1 in 10 students that call us or ask us about our programs. We have to make sure that you can be able to get a job. When anybody comes to school here at National Training, employment is the most important thing to us. We don't want you to spend money and not be able to go to work. So basically, we have a qualifying process. You fill out the qualifying form online. If you want to do that today, you can go to earthmoverschool.com. Up at the top, it says, do I qualify? You fill that out. There's also ways to get government assistance to pay for these programs. So we do that with the qualifying form as well. We don't admit anybody that we feel we couldn't offer assist in going to work in the construction industry. You do have to be 18 years of age, and you have to be able to read, speak, write English well enough to do your job, and you can pass an employment physical examination if you're asked to. Okay. We don't do the physicals here, but the company you go to may have you get a physical. So it's being a heavy equipment operator, a lot of hands-on work. It's a high demand industry, and there's always room for advancement. The more you can do for a construction company, the more employable you're going to stay. Okay. So there's a, they're talking about 7.8 million employees in construction right now, and 1.8 trillion worth of structures each year. And this is from the American General Contractors of America. Okay. What do I need to become a heavy equipment operator? Well, you're going to need time. Either 2 weeks for the individual pieces of equipment or 4 weeks for the 4 pieces of equipment. It's intensive training. So while you're here, it's kind of like boot camp. You're going to eat, sleep, drink heavy equipment items. You got to have a good work ethic, because you will be working on expensive and potentially dangerous equipment around other people. A reasonable attitude. Okay. You have to have reliable transportation. You have to be able to get to that job, right? The ability to work regular construction hours, as well as overtime at short notice, or maybe doing swing shifts. Okay. Hours vary by company. A lot of companies are going to pay guys that are maybe going to do road work. They're going to get a nighttime differential, $2 or $3 more an hour, because you're working around the clock. Okay. An understanding that you may be out of work during seasonal downtimes in the construction industry. We don't see this a lot in Florida, but up in New York, when the weather is cold, or where it snows, the ground is frozen, there's points in time when the work's not available. Okay. Can you increase your hourly earnings? Yes. Okay. I said, if you know 4 pieces of equipment, that's a lot you can do for the company that's going to hire you, right? But you could also add a Class A CDL to your license. Okay. Having that Class A CDL, a construction company would only have to hire one person that could load that piece of equipment onto a lowboy tractor trailer, tie it down, drive it to the job site, unload it, operate it for 5, 6, 7 hours, load it back up again, and bring it back to the yard. So typically, you're going to make, with a CDL Class A license, you're going to make $4 to $5 an hour, whether you're using that CDL or not. The idea here would be is if they have to hire a driver and an operator, driver might cost $15 an hour, plus health insurance, plus life insurance, and a 401k. An operator may be getting paid $20 an hour, plus the health insurance, life insurance, 401k. If the company can hire an operator, let's say for $25 an hour, they don't have to worry about the other person, and it's not the $15 that the driver was getting, it's the health insurance, the life insurance, and the 401k that's making that decision for the company, okay? It directly hits the bottom line. So having that CDL is definitely a very good option along with your heavy equipment. Now, for those students that are coming in from out of town, we do have motel accommodations here at the school. It's 1225 Idlewild Avenue. It's 7 miles from the front door. It's a small mom and pop type of motel. Refrigerator, microwave, air conditioner. It is an extended stay. They got barbecue grills out in the back. Okay. Very nice. It's safe. It's clean. Very good experience. Now, most of the rooms there are double occupancy, so you share a room with another student. So if you're there for the 4 weeks, including the weekends, it's only $902. If you wanted a single room, they have single rooms there as well. $1289 for the 4 weeks. If you come just for the 2-week program, it's $450 for the 2 weeks and $650 for the private room for the 2 weeks. And again, it's very close to the school. Almost everybody in that motel is going to the training grounds that day. So you don't even need a car here while you're here because everybody in the motel is going down to the school at the same time. And typically they're coming back at the same time as well. Now here at National Training, we also have a very large career services department. And we've been perfecting our graduate to work program for over 45 years now. It really works, and your goal is our objective, and that's you going to work. We provide students with job hunting skills, techniques. One-on-one interviews are held between the student and the National Training Career Advisors. They're going to create a LinkedIn optimized resume for you. So they're going to ask you to bring your resume the very first day. They're going to rewrite it so that it has all that curriculum that you're learning is actually going to be in there, and it's going to show as actual experience in your resume. And then they'll put the keywords in there so that when construction companies are looking for trained employees, they're going to find you right in LinkedIn. Okay. Let's open up the phone, see if anybody has any questions. Okay, if you have any questions, just go ahead and raise your hand. Okay, Thomas wrote in the question box here, he wants to know, do we have financing for the program? Yeah, absolutely we do, Thomas. Fill out your Do I Qualify form. That's at earthmoverschool.com. And then what they'll do is they'll find out if there's any government money available for you. And then they would look into financing. The 4-week program, Thomas, is $12,095. $12,995. There is a $100 administration fee, so it comes out to $1395. We do have different types of financing in-house. We have lots of outside financing as well. So money is never the reason why you don't come to school. All right, very good. Any other questions? Please raise your hand. We'd love to open up the microphones so you can hear some of the other people, but I will also take the questions on the question board as well. All right, Alex. Alex wants to know if he's a past veteran. He wants to know, would his GI Bill cover this training? Right now, Alex, it does cover the Heavy Now program. That's the 4-week program. We're still in the process of getting it approved for the 2-week programs for the individual courses. But yes, it is approved for the training of veterans for the Heavy Now program. And that's where you're certified in bulldozers, large excavators, articulator loaders, tractor loader backhoes, laser survey equipment, laser grading, and laser surveying. Okay. This picture right here, this is Joe Davis. He's one of our instructors, and they're in a bulldozer right there, and he's explaining to the operator how the 3D system works. And this is so cool. So this system has a 2D and a 3D system. Everybody learns on 2D. The 3D is where the GPS comes in, and the blade is controlled by the GPS. All you're really doing is steering. So it's very, very cool. The problem with GPS today, of course, is that a lot of times, with the weather and things like that, the GPS sometimes doesn't work. So you have to know it, the 2D. But as far as time and these companies that are using GPS, they're able to do projects so much quicker when the GPS is programmed. So that's an excellent question there. Samuel, I see you just popped in. We're just about almost done. Do you have any questions? Samuel, any questions? If you like, we are recording, so we can resend it to you. Are you there? Okay. No questions there. All right, so I want to thank everybody for coming tonight. We ran right about 25 minutes. I hope that this gave you a good understanding of our heavy equipment program and the type of training that you can get here at National Training. I'd love to invite you guys for a virtual tour, okay, where we have a Zoom meeting where you can actually see the classrooms, and you can see the simulators, and you can see all the different pieces of equipment out in the field. You can go to the website, ask for a virtual tour, or give us a call right here, or even come and take a live tour here at the training grounds. We're located at 5660 County Road 209 South, Green Cove Springs, Florida, 32043. Guys, this is my cell number, 904-788-4522. I'm more than happy to answer any questions. Again, you can go to our website, earthmoverschool.com. Our next class, okay, Thomas is just asking, when does the next class start? Good question, Thomas. July the 10th is our next class. So we have a class starting for the 4-week course that day. We also have classes for the 2-week courses starting that day as well. Okay. So thanks for asking that question, Thomas. Any other questions before we wrap it up for tonight? Okay, thanks very much for coming, everybody. Any other questions, please give me a call or come down and visit us here at the school, 904-295-0825. Samuel's typing in a question. Let me get Samuel real quick here. Okay, Samuel. Yeah, I saw that you got late. Samuel, I saw you got in late. I did record it tonight. This is the first heavy equipment one we've done in quite a while. So it's kind of like our first one out. We'll fix some things in it and we'll do it again. But I'm more than happy to send you the recording just so you can kind of see what you missed. Thomas, yes, I'll send you the recording as well. No problem. Anybody else, just go ahead and text it in there. We'll get it out to you. We already have the email addresses. Okay, well, thank you, everybody. To get out of the webinar tonight, it's very simple. All you got to do is to go up to File, Exit, Leave Webinar. File, Exit, Leave Webinar. Okay, you can just go up there and hit File, Exit, Leave Webinar. Okay, Thomas, did you have another question?